Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing well today. So in today's video I thought let me do a quick get ready with me and just chat with you guys, you know. But before that, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe and put your bell notification buttons on as usual. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so I'm not going to mention all the products I use. I'm going to list them down below because I don't want to make this video really long, because my last get ready with me I felt like I just took so long trying to talk to you guys and then mentioning what I'm using and explaining things, and then it was just forever. So if you guys want to know what I'm using, I will list it down below. So let's just focus on us, you know, chatting, because I have a few juicy stories to tell. So let me start by priming my face. My uni house got robbed like a couple weeks ago. So it's term 1 and my landlady messages us and she says, make sure you guys, before you leave to go off for the Christmas break, that you take your lamps that she's given us and put them outside of your room so that they can get pat tested. And then we can lock our rooms up and head off to like go home. So I do that, I take out my lamp, put it outside, and I lock my room and I head home for like the Christmas break. Okay, fast forward to me coming back up to uni after the Christmas break. Me and my dad are just like driving up here, and like we're like 10-15 minutes out, and my housemate messages me saying, did you leave your room unlocked? And I was like, what do you mean did I leave my what do you mean I left my room unlocked? Because I knew I locked it, but then I didn't, like, it didn't clock to me that anything happened, because I was like, well, maybe the guy realized that he needs to check something else, and the landlady gave him keys to open all our doors and like go in, because she said it wasn't just my room that was unlocked, everyone's doors were open. She didn't like notice anything, so I was like, maybe it's a guy, he went in and, you know, had to do his thing. So I didn't think much of it. Then she sends me a message saying, well, did you leave your room in a mess? And I was like, what do you mean? No, I usually tidy up like my room so that when I come back after the holidays it's all nice and tidy. But I was like, maybe I left a few things. I was like, no, not really, maybe I might have had a few things on the floor. And she was like, everything in your room's like on the floor. What do you mean everything in my room is on the floor? So she calls me up. I'm like, what's going on? She was like, I don't know, let me send you a picture. And she sends me a picture. I'll insert the picture now. And I look at that and I was like, oh my days, someone's broken in. It's clear to see from that picture someone has broken in, because everything's literally on the floor. Like my cupboard's open, my stuff is trash. And I was like, what? So at first I thought it was the guy who like came in and did the pat test, because she couldn't see any way that someone has like come in. Because when she walked in, the alarm was set. So we were like, oh, it must be someone who knew the alarm code, who like managed to disable it, come in through the front door, like trash the house, and then managed to put the alarm back on and leave. Because we didn't, like, she just stepped in and she was like, well, I'm too scared to go upstairs. What if someone's still here? I don't want to check upstairs. Where are you? I said, well, I'm 10 minutes out. Just wait outside, and when me and my dad arrive, we can check out. So she waits for us. I'm like scared. I'm like, oh my God, what if they took all my things? So we get there and my housemate's waiting outside for us, and we walk in and we're like, oh my God, yeah. We got burgled. Someone came in, someone was looking through our stuff, and I was like, what about my TV? So my TV's in the living room. I kind of put it in the living room so that everyone can like watch. But this time I really wanted to move it to my room. So then Charlene is like, did you leave your TV in the living room? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, it's not there. I was like, oh, okay. So now they have my TV. And we go upstairs, because my door is only the handle that was broken, not the lock. I don't know how they managed to get in. I think they just were able to push through and come in. And then we go upstairs to all my other housemates' rooms, and they're like, the frame of like the lock is like fully like ripped out, and like there's stuff all over the floor. So they managed to like break through like everything and go into everyone's room. But it was really only my room and one of my housemates' room that was really trashed with things, I think, because I'm downstairs, so they're the first room they'll go to. So then they realized there's not really much stuff, because we're students and we took all our valuable things to back home. And then we were like, well, how did they get in? Like, we couldn't find a way that they would have got in. And then my dad realized that our kitchen window was broken. Like, because it was so neatly like taken out and there was no glass on the inside, from afar it just kind of looks like there's a window there, but then up close you realize there's literally nothing there. So someone came from the back, took the panels off the outside of our window. I know, that's how like skilled they are. Took the panels out, took the glass out, and like climbed through there. And we found like my stuff in the living room, as if they were like grabbing things, but then they saw my TV, dropped everything, grabbed the TV and left. And I had like my friend's stuff in my room. So we were like, okay, who do we call? Do we call the police first? Do we call the landlady? So we were like, okay, let's call the landlady first, because like it's her house and we want to let her know. So we call her. At first she doesn't pick up, but then she picks up, and we oh, what's this on my face? So we were like, I think our house got like robbed, like my TV's gone, everything's trashed. And she's like, okay, call the police, let them know. So we call the police, we tell them. They were like, we're gonna send a police officer, but we're not sure if we can send one out today or tomorrow because it's not an emergency. But they're gonna send a forensics out today, and that we shouldn't touch anything. And we were like, okay, so what, do we just sit in the mess? They're like, you can kind of tidy up, but anything that you see that's like if you see something out of place, like that belonged to maybe the person who broke in, or the window area, do not touch it. So we don't touch it, but our house is freezing at this point because obviously the window's open. So we're sitting here waiting for the forensics. An hour goes by, another hour goes by, 3 hours go by, and no one shows up. No one's coming to our house, and we're sitting here like freezing cold with our little heaters trying to keep warm. So we call back the police, and they said that the forensics are not going to come anymore, and that we can board up the window like from the outside, not the inside, because then that's where the fingerprints will be. So, oh wait, I missed the point. So when my dad was here and he dropped me off, he had to get home, like his train was like in a couple of hours, but I wanted to get like my shopping done. So I was like, okay, let me just go get my shopping done. So we get to Tesco, and the landlady calls us, and she's like, so what happened? And I was like, well, someone came in. She was like, well, what did they take? I said, they took my TV. And she was like, did they take my iron? Did they take my microwave? And I was just like, why are you thinking about that first, about your iron and your old microwave? And I was like, no one took anything of yours. But then she seemed to only care about like her things, and I was like, no, they just took my TV. And then she goes to ask me, oh, you have a TV, do you have a license for that? And I was like, yes, I do have a TV license. And she's like, okay, well, are you using my aerial to like get the signal? And she's like, oh, is it working? Is it working? And I was like, yes, it's working, but why is that your priority, to check whether your things are okay or your aerial's working rather than our things? And she was like, oh, okay, well, are you sure you want me to come over? And I was like, are you serious? This is your house. This house got broken into. We're scared. We're not sure what to do. And you're asking whether you should come over or not. I was like, of course you should come over. Like, my housemate's waiting for you. Just come over. She's like, oh, okay, I'm going to come. Let me quickly do this because we're going to be here forever. So I'm just going to do my concealer and then we'll carry on with the story. So the landlady comes and she calls one of like, I don't know what he's like, someone who always comes around to help her with things, whether it's like the plumbing or like, I don't know. He's like a handyman. And she was like, when the forensics come, let me know, and then we could like sort out the window. So after we call the forensics and they say they're not coming till tomorrow, we tried to call her, I don't know how many times, I lost track, to tell her, yo, like, the forensics are not coming, can you please board up the window because we don't want to go to sleep with a big like hole, like opening in our house, and it's cold. She's not picking up, she's not picking up, she's not picking up. So we asked someone else who has a number to call her, and she straight away picks up. How annoying is that? So she was purposely like ignoring our phone calls, and I'm like, this is serious. You should, you know, like, even if you are busy somehow, you should have your phone there on loud, knowing that we're going through this situation and we're probably going to call you. So we were like, the forensics not coming, can you please get someone to board it up? So she was like, well, I'll call the guy up and we'll see if he can come today. And I was like, no, he has to come today because we can't go to sleep with that opening. She's like, oh, okay, well, I'll call you back and I'll let you know when he's gonna come. She doesn't call back. The guy just shows up like 2 or 3 hours later. I don't know what time it is, it's getting late, and he just boards it up. So that's good. He boards it up with like a wooden plank or something. We're all good. Okay, that's the first day. So the rest of my housemates come like a day or two after, and we tell them what happened. They check through their stuff. Luckily, no one else has lost anything. Everyone else like had their stuff. It was literally just my TV that was gone, which is good because I don't want anyone else losing their things. And then we were like, okay, well, we need our locks to be secured again, and obviously everything to be put in place because we don't feel safe here. So she's like, okay, well, I'll get someone to come and fix your locks for you. And we're like, okay, that's good. In the meantime, actually, on that day, we also tried to like ask if the neighbors heard anything. And apparently our alarm did go off. So that's how we knew it was someone who broke in and not someone who knew. But the neighbor across us was like, oh, I heard your alarm go off for 20 minutes. I looked outside and I didn't see anything. And then that was it. He just thought, oh, maybe someone's just like in the house, like one of us. I was like, how stupid could the neighbors be to hear that nonsense and then think, oh, okay, let's just not call the police. Anyways, so eventually the landlady gets someone to fix our doors, but she does the bare minimum to get the locks fixed. As in, like, here's the plank of wood, half of it where the lock is on is like broken. She gets the guy to take that broken part out and literally cut a block of wood that fits in that space and slots it in rather than changing like the whole thing. And he was just like to us, you know, this is only going to keep you safe from each other and it's not really secure from anyone else. And we were like, what do you mean? He was like, yeah, like this is less secure than before, like it's so easily broken. And we were like, okay, she should have got the whole thing replaced if she really cared about our safety, isn't it? Like, we're already feeling unsafe and she does the bare minimum when it comes to our locks. Like, it's only us 4 girls, like it's not like we have anyone to protect us. But we were like, okay, fine, we'll try to like talk to her and see if she can get it fixed or whatever. But when I did mention it to her, she said, well, I mean, if someone's gonna break in, they're gonna break in anyway. I'm like, yeah, but that's not the principle. It's the fact that those locks are not secure. Another thing that I mentioned to her is that I moved a year before like my other housemates. Like, I was already in this house, and when I moved in, she said basically our house is like attached on one side, and then on the other side is only attached from like the second floor. There's like a walkway for people to like from both of my house and then our neighbor's house to like walk to the garden. But it's like a kind of like a tunnel and it's dark. Now she said to me that people used to like hang about in that area and she'd have to call the police on them, and that she's gonna get a gate so that my house and the other house next to us have like a secure gate so that no one can come in apart from us. So tell me why 2 years later there's no gate, and the only way that the person who broke in would have come in is through that tunnel, and it's pitch black. There's no light, not like a motion sense light of anything. So of course they were able to like get in and out without anyone seeing. It's like we might as well left the door open for them and they would have created less of a mess. So I tell her that, I was like, well, you said you were going to put a gate in and you never did, and at least have a light. Like, we feel so like uneasy every time, what's it called? Every time we like go to our cars, park cars, and it's dark, we're scared somebody's like hiding there waiting to like jump out. So she said, okay, she'll get that done. She also fixed the back gate because that was broken too. But even if it wasn't, it's like those, like you can jump over it anyways. That's why we wanted the gate out front, so that people, not only us and our neighbors can go through, not anyone. So she said she'll sort that out. She got us like, she changed even the back door, which is good. So yeah, like, it's just nonsense. It's not really a great way to like start your new year, you know. When you come back, we've all felt and still feel quite uneasy being in this house, and you know, to know that somebody went through your things, it's just like, ugh, like someone went through like all your stuff and trashed it. It's just not nice, and this area is just a bit dodgy. So now the locks are changed, the doors are the same, as in like, even though we mentioned it to her, she was like, well, even if I was to change the doors, they're going to come in. So I was like, there's no point arguing with her about the doors, just leave. I was like, whatever, like I'm not going to be here next year. But I was like, you need to get that gate in place and the light, because it's not safe. And even if they were to break in,
they break in from the front, and therefore there's more of a chance of someone seeing them. At least that situation is dealt with, you know, and we're not going to be here long. Even though we don't feel too safe, at least things are getting sorted out, you know, which is good. Yeah, it's not a nice feeling. Like, I never thought like I would be in a situation where like house would get broken, or like my uni house would get broken, so that's a first. I'm just happy that they didn't come when we were like in. I know they probably didn't come because like none of our cars were there, so they knew no one was home. But I'm just saying, imagine if they came during term time when like we had all of our laptops, all of our like, if our phones are there, or if someone was in the house. That's what we get scared now, that leaving anyone home alone, we get scared. Like, what if someone breaks in and someone's home? Like, we're literally terrified of that, but hopefully no one will. Let's try to move on to a more happier note. Why don't we talk about goals? Specifically for me, like the goals I have for this channel mainly. I really want to, obviously the goal of mine is to grow, but I really want to try to always do better, and like, especially when it comes to the quality that I produce, especially with how like big YouTube is now and the amount of people that are here. You are competing with people who have incredible like content, and like their quality is so up there. I know I'm just like a new channel, and of course these people would have like top of the range cameras and stuff like that, but even editing, it's insane. Like, gone are the days where you could just like record just on your phone like that and just like put it on like a 3-minute video. Now you have to think about like production, light, editing, and I really like that. Like, it's all fun, but it's like really hard to compete with it. So that's what I'm trying to do, to always try to like learn more techniques, and always try to provide like video quality that's, you know, always meeting that mark for you guys, because nobody wants to sit here and like look at a dusty video, you know. I personally wouldn't want to either. So obviously I'm limited with what I can do. I'm not gonna have like the top of the range of everything, but slowly I try to like get an extra light, or get a mic, or, you know, try to learn something new while I edit, just so that it gives that like extra nice experience. What do you guys think of my videos? Like, what's your honest opinions? Like, I'm always here to I'm always open to hearing what people think. Like, I always want to do better, and I want to hear like if I'm doing something wrong, or people want something different, or if they want me to work on something. Oh, of course I do that. Like, I want to know like, do you want like a shorter intro, blah blah blah, or do you want me to do more of this or more of that? Because I'm still new, and it's really hard to engage with people at the start, because obviously not everyone like comments or like voices their opinion, but like, please do, because it will help me out. This is the Maybelline mascara that I said I usually use. It's what was it called again? Total Temptation. I forgot to mention it in the last video. Also, for those people who watched the Birchbox video, the one that I like was missing items, I did contact them, I emailed them, and they did reply really quickly, like within a day or two, and they said that they apologized, and then they said they're gonna send out the items that I was missing, and I actually got them today, so that's good that they actually did that. Okay, let's just wrap this up because this video is getting too long. Okay, we're done. This is the end result. I know I probably didn't even like pay attention or blend well, because I was just like just trying to tell the story, and then my mind can't focus on two things. I know, I'm not that woman. But hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. Hope you guys got ready with me as well. If you like these story times, if you like this little chilled setting where it's just me and you, yeah, like talking, getting ready, then let me know. You let me know by hitting that thumbs up button, by subscribing, and by commenting, because otherwise I won't know if you want more videos like this. Anyways, so like I said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like all my videos, or most of my videos, then why not subscribe? Because then you don't have to find me. You will already have that video up in your subscription box, you know? So, subscribe, put the bell notification button on. Put the bell notification button on so that you guys are notified every time I upload a new video, because I do upload twice a week. It's like random, it's a surprise. So you better have that notification button on so you guys are notified every time I upload. Anyways, that was a very long outro that was not needed. I'll see you guys in the next one.